It says I'm live and I feel alive. I feel very alive. I promise you that. This is Friday afternoon, getting close to exactly 4 p.m. We might be a minute early. And it looks like everyone was waiting patiently for me to show up. And now they can come on in. Come on down. Harley Glide here. Hello, Harley Glide. Tyler of Texas. Early bird. Thank you. Not so biggie. Hi to you. Not so biggie. I always get this wrong because it's backwards. You know what I mean? But anyway, what else? Poodle Professor Jennifer. How in the world you doing, girl? Hope everything's going well for you. And Jupe, Jupe, Jupe. Yes, it is Friday afternoon, and the good news is Bunky is coming soon. The RV I have ordered is coming soon. I'm looking forward to getting it here. I got all the stuff here in the house and out on the patio ready to go. Vegas says, "What's going on, dog?" Not much, dog. Traveling girl. Happy Friday, Rusty. Well, happy Friday to you. And here's to all of you Rangers, and here's to me. Skull Pros, cheers. Chug a lug, chug a lug. Mm, mm. So, Kay Classy says, "Good evening, Rusty. Good evening to you." WP Wood, any bites on Zozo yet? Yeah, well, we got some nibbles. Yeah, we'll see. But I'm not really in the mood to make deals. You know what I mean? Gabriel says, "Hello, Rusty. In the game, I pulled you up on my iPad, but I can't hear what you're saying. I had to figure out what's happening. Have a good week, everybody, if I don't come back." Well, apparently everybody else is doing fine. Gary, hello, Rusty. Happy Beer 30, everyone. We're all looking forward to seeing Bunky. Bunky's coming, babe. Tony, happy Beer 30. Kathy, hey, from Lou, Kentucky. Hey, Mary, hey, Rusty and Rangers. Hey, Patty, good old Rusty. I've been watching for over 10 years. You know, that's interesting. I'm telling you, time does fly. Republic, still laughing about the Maypop tires. Yeah, well, they. I hope they don't have them. But see, the thing of it is now they changed the plan. They were going to haul it here on a flatbed, but now the owner of the company's decided he's going to drive it down, tow it down here himself with his diesel truck. And I'm glad. Why? Well, that'll put 600 miles on it before I get it. So if it's going to fall apart, maybe it'll do it with him. Eduardo from McAllen, how you doing? William, hey Rusty, happy Beer 30 gang. Well, happy Beer 30 to all you guys. Yeah, you know what the dog said when they cut his tail off, right? He said it won't be long now. And that's what's happening with the bunky. Anyway, uh, yeah. William, hey Rusty, happy Beer 30. Thank you. Trail Cam, hey Rusty, can't wait for Bunky. Coming soon, babe. Coming soon. I can't wait for it either because I've been comparing the dimensions with the Casita, and it looks like even though it's 16 feet 9 inches long, the Casita is 17, very little difference, but it's a foot wider and about 6 inches taller on the inside, and I'm hoping that is good. That it's very comfortable. Diana, howdy, Rusty and Rangers, and hi, Jennifer, from 29-degree Denver, Colorado. This is Billy Ray. Hello, Rusty. Did you get your new trailer yet? No, it's coming. I am excited, yes. No way, Jose. Thank you for the pat on the back, Jose Cuervo. Anyway, Michael Cup. Howdy, Rusty. Cheers from, wow, Zephyr Hills, Florida, drinking a cold Busch Light. Enjoy your new RV. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't got it yet, but it's coming. The cat in the hat. Calculatus, eliminatus. If you want to find out where something is, first, you got to find out where it ain't. Mary Cooper talking to Jennifer, and with that in mind, I'll have a swallow of beer. In heaven, there is no beer. and that's why we drink it here. I probably say that in every beer 30, right? Here's to you. Mm-hmm. Patty says, "How old are you?" I'm 46. I'm 80. 80. That's how old I am, Patty. Old enough to be your grandpa. Geezer, Rusty, the size is probably comparable to the Clipper Cadet you had. Yeah, it could be. I mean, that Clipper Cadet seemed like it was quite roomy, actually. The only real downside of that damn Clipper Cadet was that window type air conditioner that was boxed in and it wouldn't cool poop, you know? So any of those RVs that you see that have that window looking air conditioner, don't buy them because that thing will not cool. If you live in a warm climate, because it ain't going to cool crap. WP Wood, when are you going back to a dermatologist? Well, I got an appointment scheduled for March because there was a little spot right in here that was a squamous carcinoma, which is a skin cancer, but it's not invasive. It's just right in the epidermis. No, dermis, the top layer. Anyway, not so biggie. Uh, Rusty got a thought. How about pinning stupid comments with a snarky response instead of Matilda them? Well, because I've always done Matilda, I got to keep her fed, you know. Pinning, I don't know the pinning stuff. I don't do pinning. I don't do any of that fancy shit. You know, to me it is. And another thing I'm getting really sick of is this Gemini crap that they're trying to cram down my throat. Jeez. You know, it's so the sad part about it is it's not reliable. The information you get is about 80% accurate. That means you got a 20% error factor, you know? I'm not hyped about it a bit anymore. Rob Blake looking to move to Cloudcroft. You still like the area? Oh yeah, if you like a colder climate, you'll love Cloudcroft for sure. Yeah. Bobby, glad to hear you will be adding another RV to your days. Great decision. Rusty is back to green flag racing. I guess I am, whatever that means. Jerry, did you see the new food pyramid? It has red meat at the base. Well, I kind of disagree with that. Of course, I do my own food pyramid. I'm smart enough to read, think, and do a little investigating. And so I do my own food pyramid. I don't care what they say. All right. Mary, talking to Kevin, Las Vegas in the house. Took your suggestion, Shiner beer today. Das Gut. Yeah, Shiner is a good beer. Shiner Bock. They got several different flavors, but yeah, I've drank many a gallon of it. I guarantee you that. Uh, WP Wood, ever looked at a Class B plus? Yeah, they're okay. The B pluses, yeah, I have looked at them. They're just pricey as hell. And there's no reason. They got less space than the regular Class C, but I'm not going that route again. No, we're gonna try this, and I'm gonna work a little harder to make it. I'm gonna make it a good road tripper for me. And this is wandering Kentuckian, rushed home from shopping to get here a little late, but better late than never. That's correct. Glad you're here. And then Billy Ray left me a little pat on the back, says, enjoy a beer on me. Thank you very much. Billy, enjoy your day. Here's to you. Here's to me. Skoll Pros. Cheers, guys. It's Friday afternoon or Friday evening. And the temperature outside right now is about 80 degrees, believe it or not. And tomorrow it'll be 20 degrees cooler on both ends. It means it'll be in the 40s and 60s for the next few days. Is that bad? No, that's pretty damn nice. Dr. Dennis, wine 30. I like wine. I thought at one time about switching from beer to wine, but wine is about 3 times the alcohol content of beer, so you can't drink it as fast. And I like beer. I learned how to drink beer. Patty, where were your grandparents from? Texas. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But if you go back one layer more, then you get into some German immigrants and all that stuff. Yeah, but no, they were. Uh, they were farmers. He was a farmer and did good. And anyway, Tyler, Texas, wine helps the supper go down. Yeah, they say that, but of course, if I made wine, I'd say all kind of things, because I want you to drink it all the time. I want you to drink it with your breakfast. Anyway, here's to you. Here's to me. Mm. Mary, cold front coming in, Lubbock this evening, lows in the 20s. Yeah, the people that are going to deliver my RV are going to have a nice tailwind pushing them down here, which is good. Michael Cup, Rusty, it's 83 degrees here in Zephyr Hills. Yeah, well, it's about the same here. It's amazingly warm for this time of the year. No way, Jose. I love beer. It helps me unwind and sometimes feel mellow. Well, yeah, it does. Same thing here. It's kind of a poor man's opium. You know what I mean? It kind of mellows you out. And that's where it came from. They made it for poor people. Poor people couldn't afford opium and some of the other drugs, so they made something they could afford to keep them stoned. Eduardo says, "Did anybody ever drink any Blatz beer? BLATZ? I haven't. Vegas message retracted. Not so biggie. Hear ye beer breakfast of champions." Well, I don't know. I knew some people many years ago that just drank damn near all day long. WP Wood. I don't know what the temperature is in Toadsuck. I don't either, and I don't have what's her name here to ask, but it's probably pretty warm actually. Dr. Dennis, you don't drink beer, you rent it. Comes out too fast. Well, I guess you could say that about food. Then you rent food, you don't own it, you know, or you don't eat food, you rent it because it comes out too. Believe it or not. Diana Haas, that's a song. I like beer. Tom T. Hall. Yeah, the great storyteller. Yeah, he told all kind of good stories about all kind of things. Actually, he was a very good songwriter. And most of he really didn't have a great voice range. He was just talking, but he was a great songwriter, and that made up for it. Joel Hunt. Good afternoon, Rusty. We will be seeing the adventures of Bunky. Looking forward to it. Have a great beer 30, everyone. Yeah, everybody kind of chill out and relax because this is your time of the week to unwind. And if you have a question for anybody, ask it. Gabriel says we're back with sound. Good. Tyler, did you throw Hey Google out of the house? No, I just unplugged it and it's back there. I know where I got tired of listening to the crap. Wandering Kentuckian, it's warm again today. The backyard is full of robins. Yeah, it's kind of like springtime, isn't it? Clara D, hello from Delaware. I remember Blatz beer in high school. You mean you drank beer when you were in high school? Come on, yo! I drank it when I was in kindergarten. You know. Anyway, Bobby, have you ever taken the Miller Brewery tour in Milwaukee? I haven't. I have not. They ought to give me a free tour. RV or Geezer, current temperature in Toadsuck is 61 degrees. Quite pleasant. That'll be our high tomorrow, right there. Vegas feels like 20 degrees here in Las Vegas this morning. In July, it will hit 120. Yeah, I know. I've been out there, and at midnight, it was like 100 degrees. I wasn't impressed. But it was like walking out into a blast furnace because the humidity was like zero. You know, RAI Ray G something. Hello from El Paso, Texas. Come visit us soon. I want to buy a small trailer camper and drive around just like you. Well, whatever you want to do, then I suppose you might want to do it. It's RAIG. I guess that's Ray. Dr. Dennis, what's Bunky made of? Concrete. It's a special mix. Mm. Bunky is metal and wood. It's the cheapest stuff they can find. Yeah. Jennifer says that's thanks, Calvin. Anyway, WP Wood, going to be cold Sunday night. Yeah, it's going to be cool. It's nothing bad. They call it an Arctic blast. Well, if an Arctic blast only drops the temperature down to 45, I don't know about that blast. Gabriel, 58 degrees in Northern California. That's very comfortable. Patty, have you heard about Norway before? Have you heard about Norway before? Well, I can't say that I have heard a lot about Norway, but I've heard something. Aaron, Rusty, happy beer 30. Hope you have a great weekend. Yeah, same to all you guys. Michael, I've taken beer tour in St. something. RV living with the geezer. You're welcome, Jennifer. I took a tour of the Shiner Brewery in Shiner, Texas. I saw that. Of course, it's been bought out a couple of times. It's no longer owned by the Spetzel family. Okay, cheers, Rusty. Did you ever get to try the Walmart delivery there? No, I'm not. And I don't think I am until I need it. You know what I mean? I just don't want to fool with it. Gabriel, talking to Jennifer. Joel, I guess, like y'all, we're saying goodbye to the warm weather. It's going to be starting to get cold here and come in Georgia this weekend. Y'all stay wrapped up. I stayed in Cumming, Georgia one time in an RV park for about 3 weeks. And yeah, it was snowed and all kind of crap. I wasn't impressed. I had to wrap the hose with this insulative stuff. No, I didn't. Wasn't impressed. Patagonia, talking to Jennifer. Jennifer talking to Gabriel. Good. Well, anyway, that gives me a pause for the cause. And here's to you, here's to me on January the 9th, 2025 at whatever it is, 4 something p.m. So, guys, it's a weekend coming up, but the weekends used to really mean something to me, like everybody else that's in the workforce. But now it's just another day. It's just another day. And on we go, guys. This is Friday, and this is Dr. Dennis's Bunky 4 season. If not, how do you keep it from freezing pipes? Well, the way I keep it from freezing pipes is I never get anywhere where it's freezing. Like where I am, it rarely gets below 35 or 40. Now, I don't know if it's 4 season or 6 season or 8 season. I didn't really check into that, nor do I care. Thank you, though. A lot of people are concerned about that live up north where it really gets cold, but not me. I've never even winterized an RV in 30 years. I've never winterized an RV in 30 years. Casey Lewis, good evening, Rusty. Good evening, Casey. Mighty Casey at bat. Remember that story? Tide fan, howdy, 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 friends and neighbors. Won't you step up and shake my hand? I'm an old apple knocker and a pea picker too. I'm going to make a friend of somebody, and it looks like it's you. But anyway, moving along here. Kay, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Yeah, I can't remember that guy's name, but it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I just want to, I mean, it's such a weak song, Or Geezer says, I was in fire department 24 on, 48 off, so weekends never meant anything to me. Yeah, a lot of people that work shift work, yeah, that shift work is not the healthiest thing you can get into. Mary, Mr. Rogers, yeah, Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Gabriel's holistic, yeah, there you go. W.P. Wood, but everybody knows him. I mean, he was popular as hell on what was that, PBS or something he was on? Yeah, and Sesame Street and all that stuff, And I tell you, some of the stuff I got hooked on was Dr. Seuss. Man, I'm telling you, he had something for everybody in his little stories. Uh, Jennifer, Mr. Rogers was a war hero. I don't doubt it a bit. He strikes me as the hero type. I mean, just waddle right into a battle. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Brr, brr, dude. I mean, nobody home here, guys. Nobody home. I mean, Kentucky and Mr. Rogers in his neighborhood. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Joel, hello, geezer. Enjoying the video too. Yeah. Trail cam. I love the sneeches on the beaches. Yeah, that was great. And the star on machine, the star off machine. Yeah, that was a great story. Yeah. And and then there was one about the trees. Who'll speak for the trees or something. Doing with nothing. I'm late. Well, why are you late? You're good. Patty, how many channels on TV when you was a kid? Three. That was it. And they didn't have stuff all the time. No, there was it was CBS, NBC, and ABC. Finally, later on, but yeah, initially you could leave the TV on all day and there wouldn't be but two programs. They didn't have any. Uh, Geezer, ha ha, shift work, especially not healthy when you're fighting fires. Well, yeah, why fight them? Just tell the fire to go out. Gabriel, Mr. Rogers was also a minister. I don't know what faith. Oh, I'm sure he was a holy roller. That's what he was. Dr. Dennis, where do you go when a tornado hits? I go where the tornadoes aren't. Mary, watched Captain Kangaroo as a kid. Captain Kangaroo, I never did like him. And Mr. Green Jeans, what the hell was that? And Howdy Doody, I thought that was the dumbest show on TV. And Kawabonga, this anyway, I don't know. Yeah, this is crap. Jeff, hello, Jeff. How's that things out in Quartzsite? Happy Beer 30, Rangers and Jennifer. I-10, 90 miles west of Quartzsite. Well, you're getting there. You're getting there, boy. Good luck. Hope you enjoy it. Casey, Indian tent pattern when no shows were available. Yeah, we just had a test pattern. Yeah, the test pattern. You know what I mean? I'd watch that. I thought that was damn entertaining. We just had a little TV. It was like this, and it weighed about 50 pounds. Traveling girl. Remember when TV stations would sign off at midnight? Oh yeah, they play the national anthem. Yeah, and sign off. Yeah, they don't play crap now. They don't ever sign off. Aaron, Rusty, have you ever been offered a TV show of your own? No, I missed that opportunity. Patty, when I was a kid, we had 4 TV channels, 2 Norwegian and 2 Swedish, and that's in the 70s. Well, see, that I'm talking about in the 50s for me. By the 70s, we had a boatload of them, W.P. Wood, Bozo's Clubhouse. Oh, yeah, we had some great ones. I mean, we had I wish I could remember. It's called Winky Dink and Me or something like that. And you could get this little plastic thing you put over the screen, and you could read the code, the secret code. Well, I had it, and I read the secret code, but I don't know what the hell it was supposed to do. Trail cam, Mr. Moose, and ping pong balls. I don't know about that one. Geezer, how about Captain Gus? Show out of San Antonio back in the 50s. Yeah, I remember that one. Tyler, Rusty has a TV show of his own. Yeah, I guess you could say that. YouTube is basically a TV show. Yeah, Joel Hunt, Ford is getting some excellent advertising for their Mavericks from you, I think. That's been the best vehicle you've had in many years. Well, it just fits my needs. It fits my needs. It's very economical, and if I'm fickling along and I decide to get an RV, I can tow it with no problem. And also, it gets good gas mileage when I don't have an RV. So yeah, it's great. Gabriel, we still only had 3 channels in the 70s. Yeah, and you had this, you had the snow on the screen. Somebody had to go out and adjust the antenna to point it, or change it if the wind blew it around. Jeff says romper room with the magic looking glass. Yeah, they had all kind of tricks and stuff. They had ways to get in your pocket even then. Patty, I always watch older men YouTube's channels. My parents are dead. Well, I guess that's a good reason. But anyway, here's to you, here's to me, guys. Friday night, live, sort of. So, romper room. Now, that was a biggie. Well, they had a lot of stuff. I tell you, of course, then they had, the Mouseketeers, Mickey Mouse, and all that stuff. Everybody wore those stupid little ears. I never had them. I never bought any of that stupid crap. I just couldn't see I lived out on a farm, and mice were not our friends, all right? And I couldn't see me wearing mice ears, or mouse ears. But I did like the Mouseketeers. Yep. I did like those little girls, the Mouseketeers, Annette Funicello was my favorite. She had that black hair and all. Well, you couldn't tell if it was olive skin or not, but because we only had a black and white TV. W.P. Wood, the real McCoy. Yeah, Amos McCoy. I mean, he was the real McCoy, wasn't he? Yeah. And of course, you had the Rifleman and all those shows on there, And yeah, there were a lot of great stuff, and it wasn't, you didn't have to turn the volume down when the kids came in the room, so to speak. Geezer says, I'm having a chili dog tonight. Ain't that exciting? Well, if you like it, it is. And then I'm having me one slice of pizza and some popcorn with Tabasco sauce. Gabriel says, rabbit ear antennas on top of the TV. I remember that. Now, I remember people used to put aluminum foil on those, to kind of help increase it. And then they had all kind of signal boosters and crap. And they had we even had one that was you put on the antenna that was powered, and you could turn the antenna from the inside of the house without going outside. And that was a big step up. Yeah. Uh, Jeff, Hobo Kelly, don't remember that one. Eduardo, Rusty, B, gas lighting everybody, whatever that means. Thank you. Jack, Petticoat Junction. Yep. And then there was one, the guys had that, what car was that? They had a really fast car, and it was a popular show. I can't remember. Anyway, Jack, g'day, Rusty. Enjoy the pizza, mate. I plan to. Anyway, Neon says, hello, Rusty. Fred from Florida just got back from watching a rocket launch at the beach. That's getting to be so common, people don't even care anymore. That used to be a really big deal. Joel says, Annette Funicello was a beautiful woman. She will be missed. Yeah, she had a lot of kids, didn't she? W.P. Wood, Route 66. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Traveling Girl, Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, both of those go together. Yeah. Now, Patty says Batman Mobile. Yeah, Batmobile. Man, that's crap, wasn't it? And who was the little buddy of Batman? What was his name? I don't remember, but it was such a goofy. Well, the movie with Jack Nicholson was pretty good. Casey, Bo, and Luke Duke. Catchy names. Yeah, well thought out. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, this is Kentuckian. I just learned yesterday that the Amish and Mennonites have a community in Pine, Florida, which is close to Sarasota. Well, I didn't know that. Eddie Murphy used to play Gumby on Saturday Night Live. Always reminds me when I see him behind you there. Yeah, Gumby's right up in. Let's see if I can get there. Go. Yeah, there it is. About a clock. Not so biggie. Rusty, thanks for your channel. Have a great weekend. Yeah, you too. All you guys. I mean, yeah, Robin, that was Batman's partner. It was actually, I enjoyed it more in the comic books. I enjoyed it more reading it, than I did watching it on TV. Because see, back when I was growing up, comic books were really good. I mean, you had Dick Tracy, and you had what was the one, Shazam? I can't remember that one, but and you had all kind of comic books. But I'd had a whole collection of them, man. I'd spend most of my allowance buying those damn comic books because they had advertisements for crap you could order that was made in China, and God, they were cheap shit. Yeah, I ordered a whole set of army men with tanks and plastic punch out things. Anyway, but I played with them. I damn sure did. Every day. Yeah. Uh, anyway, Geezer, Batman, and Robin. Yeah, you got it. And Gabriel says Robin, Boy Wonder. Yeah, Boy Wonder. All right, I hear that. Jeff, Holly, Beer 30, Batman, Pow. Yeah, they had some serious stuff going on there. Karen, Mad Magazine. Yeah, Mad. Yeah, what? Me worry? Yeah, remember that? What was his name? Yeah. I often thought that guy ought to be president. Alfred E. Newman, or Alfred. Yeah, wasn't it Alfred E. Newman? I think it was. Yeah, what? Me worry? Yeah. Diana Haas, turn out the lights. The party's over. It's getting close, and tomorrow starts the same old thing again. Yay, I hope so. Trail cam video, Rusty. Can't wait for Sunday delivery. Please take care. Pow, wham. Yeah, that was the deal. They'd show lightning flashes and all kind of crap. But anyway, guys, Casey, 2-minute warning. Well, it's not even that now. How about the 30-second warning? No way, Jose. Mad Magazine, you got it. And now I was into that shit. I mean, yeah. William, have a great weekend, everyone. Joel, I love it when Eddie Murphy was Gumby. I'm Gumby, damn it. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, Kentucky and the Amish in Pinecraft, Florida, drive golf carts and electric bikes. Well, whatever they want to do, it's their choice. But anyway, guys, from Fort Clark Springs, Texas, on a Friday evening, from Fort Clark Springs, where it's about 80 degrees, thumbs up, carpe diem, enjoy your life, stretch, take deep breaths, drink water and all that crap. And stand guard at the door of your mind. Very important. But anyway, y'all have a great weekend, everybody. And thank you for showing up. And we'll do the same old thing next week, as long as, well, it doesn't matter. If people show up, they do. If they don't, they don't. Nighty night. Bye. Night all. Bye bye. Bye bye. End.